Hello, hello. We're back at the space elevator Virgilius. In between episodes, I upgraded the weapons for a lot of my crew, as well as started upgrading the scroll mount so I can get the samurai class. And I'm just noticing now, this definitely looks like Unearth, which is clearly the Gaia we found ourselves in. But due to the perspective, and the fact that we can see the elevator somewhat behind the Earth, almost makes it look like this tower is not coming out of this planet, but another one underneath it. So is this the Earth, or what they call Lost Gaia? Not sure. Well, time to zap.
The battle commence.
There we go, big guys. Treasure, treasure, treasure. Alright, big guy. This lightning. And then the big screwdriver attack.
Lost souls find the cause.
That looks like progress, so let's go this way instead.
Fire. Fire. End of battle.
There we go.
All clear.
What kind of... Okay. No shortcut. Okay. Alright, fine.
You have my gratitude.
Eat some meals. Get back to progress. Dantis. Dantis. Oh, poor Dantis. Whoops. And
Let the
for
battle
that.
commence. Lost souls find repose. You have my gratitude. I think this battle is best avoided.
Yes. So we're gonna grab the treasure and run. Is this the maintenance block? No, this is the... What took you so long? Geist! I finally found you. The anthesis signal has been cut off. I wasn't expecting you to climb up through the inner framework of the space elevator. You should know what happened. Callistophus interfered with the signals. We'll have a hard time overriding them now. So, how far away are we from the maintenance block now? This is roughly the halfway point. Ugh. Now that you're here, allow me to show you around the facility. That will make it easier for you to digest what I have to say next. Is that alright, Danthus? I suppose so, even though Callistophus wouldn't approve, we can't keep it a secret forever. Very well then, come with me. Ooh. Looks like a monolith with a mechanism shoved inside. Isn't this the Sea's light? What is it doing here? This is its precursor, proto-Sea's light, you could call it. The 4 Sea's light that you know are mass-produced models that were built from the original data in this prototype. You mean to say the Sea's light are... You probably figured it out. The Sea's light are machines that we built. That's ridiculous. If you're going to lie to us, at least make it a bit more convincing. I mean, you aren't serious. We can't argue with what we see right in front of us, though. I knew it was a good idea to bring you here. You're already starting to understand. The Sea's light was built by AI? I don't want to believe it, but does that mean the Red Queen was your... In order to explain that, I will need to outline the whole sequence of events. Should I start from the beginning? Yes. Very well. When Lost Gaia became uninhabitable, humanity entrusted its future to us, artificial intelligence. However, Lost Gaia was already a dead planet, so we began to study its life with the intention of reviving it. The planet's life? That research led us to the Astrum Cell and its analysis. The Astrum Cell? That's what you were studying in the research facility on Lost Gaia, isn't it? Yes, the structure in the center of the Red Queen. We theorized that it's where the planet's genes were stored. That theory was on the right track. Gene may not be the right word for it. Rather, the Astrum Cell acted as a blueprint for life on the planet. We call that blueprint the Gaia genome. Gaia genome. So planets have DNA just like other living things do. Yes. Upon analyzing the Gaia genome, we formulated a plan. The plan was called the Re-Gaia program. We intended to create a clone of Lost Gaia by duplicating the Gaia genome on another planet. What's a clone? It means a copy. With our technology, we could use an organism's gene to create an identical copy of it. The Omens wanted to do the same thing, but with a whole planet. That's right. The Sea's light was originally a device to turn the planet Re-Gaia into a clone of the Earth. It was a machine built to implant the Earth seed into another planet. That seed, the Gaia genome, would then grow into an exact copy of the Earth. So that's why Sea's light looks so much like the Red Queen. Replicate a whole planet? Is that even possible? Well, Aurea might be able to answer that. The whole reason I thought I time traveled was because my surroundings resembled Earth so closely. I mean, it did have its peculiarities, like monolight and magic, but everything else, like the climate conditions and the environment, was the same. So I suspected it might have been a time disaster. But why would you go to all that trouble? It was all part of the plan to create a planet that humans could inhabit. Our orders were to preserve humanity. Since we couldn't use Lost Gaia, we urgently needed a new environment to support human life. If that meant another planet, then so be it. Our plan worked until a certain point. The first and second machines were to cultivate the ocean and the land. The third maintained favorable conditions for life. Then the fourth kept the ecosystem in order, skipping over evolution. Gaia came to life quickly. It was as if the history of Earth was being replayed in fast forward. Before long, the planet was a Mother Earth, nurturing a vast number of lives. We thought that it wouldn't be long before we could get humanity to live there too. I see. It It was an act of evolutionary molecular engineering. But then, wait, in that case, they... This is all going over my head, to be honest. Can't believe that the Seaslight are artificial. But if he says so, I guess that's the history of our planet. Not for the Regaia program. We wouldn't be alive. That's true, but... The Regaia program is still in progress. It is? But humans are living on Regaia. It's already habitable, isn't it? You're right. The planet is habitable now, but there's one big problem with it. Quietus? Exactly. Quietus was not part of the plan, but it has been the one major setback to the Regaia program. At this rate, history will only repeat itself, and the planet will come to the same end as Lost Gaia did. So it wasn't the Omens who were causing Quietus. Of course not. Why would we want to destroy something we created with our own hands? What do you mean by Quietus bringing Lost Gaia to an end, though? You know the light particles that float through the air during Quietus? That's Gaia dust. It's the same stuff that covered the planet when Lost Gaia died. If we do nothing to intervene, then Regaia will also turn into a dead star. It will be reduced to a barren wasteland like you saw on Lost Gaia. Oh no! Isn't there anything we can do? There is something. That is why I am bringing you all to the cradle. What? You found a way to fix Quietus? This is the first I'm hearing of it. I have made a breakthrough. It is the only way. Now then, that's enough talk. You're still climbing up to the cradle, aren't you? There's a long way to go. Proto Seaslight. An early Seaslight prototype. Construction has been suspended. The plan will now involve implantation of the Astrum cell in stages by partitioning the system's functions. Seaslight number 1. This model improves upon the low establishment rate of previous models. Loading capacity was increased by 23% compared to previous models by reducing its impact resistance during descent. Will descend south of the planned Pangea formation. After creating the ocean, it will remain on the sea floor. Operating time is short, but tuning is required at regular intervals. Use life seeds equipped for tuning. Seaslight number 2. Its purpose is to form Pangea within the ocean created by Seaslight number 1. The process will encourage the Astrum cell to form the planet's crust and amplify its mass. Which one's that then? The first one is in Shatola, in the Siren's land, underwater. It's like a tower of light that optimizes plant biotranslation of the Astrum cell. Okay, so this one is part of the tower with the heaven's egg on top. Will emulate the climate of Lost Gaia upon Pangea, thereby creating an environment that is conducive to life. So, Seaslight number 4 serves as backup for the other Seaslight, also responsible for running evolutionary protocols. Will descend in mountainous terrain. Its payload capacity has been improved by 37% more than that of model number 1. Alright, so I assume 1 is under the ocean, 2 is the autumn Seaslight right above, the main city. 3 is on the Heaven's Egg near Nemea, and 4 is near the capital of Argent in the cave.
Let the battle commence. Your lost souls find repose.
Let's see how far we can go. Probably cutting it too close.
You have my gratitude.
The treasure. Yep, getting sleepy. Okay. I do have a pack of 2s.
Here I go. All clear.
Oh wait. Just some treasure. This looks like progress. And it's almost midnight. But I pass out at 2 o'clock. Done. Close.
End of situation.
Got it.
Damage is minimal.
Alright, and with that, I'll catch up tomorrow after I do my chores. And I'm back. I think I'm going to try out using Estina's, I think it's Shadow Walker class? Yeah, just change things up a little. Are we actually at the maintenance block this time? Yes. We should be able to override Callistophus' stop signal from this console. Wait a moment. Does this mean we don't have to get back onto that awful scaffolding again? I was enjoying it. There, I have overwritten Callistophus' stop signal. Although, once we enter the cradle, we're in their territory. Their attacks are only going to get more intense. It's no use standing here worrying about it. Let's get them up to the Orbital Cradle first. We'll talk later. This is a space elevator Virgilius control system. Please choose your destination. Destination confirmed. Ready for departure. Prepare for impact. This is the Orbital Cradle? Oh yeah? It's as I thought. What's wrong, Arya? I expected you would be the first to realize. Arya, what does he mean? It would be cruel to make her speak the words from her own mouth. I will explain. This orbital cradle is a facility made to keep humans in hibernation for a prolonged period. Hibernation? It's a long, deep sleep, like animals do for winter. It reduces cell activity to the bare minimum to slow down telomere deterioration. That way you can preserve the human body in an alive state for prolonged periods of time. I believe they used to call it suspended animation in old books. Indeed. Our method doesn't actually freeze the body, but it applies a similar principle. This is a lot to take in. You created technology that could put humans into hibernation. But, that doesn't add up. You omens made Regaia for us humans to live on, right? And we're living on Regaia now. We're not in hibernation. That's a good point. So who are these people then? You seem to have misunderstood. The people sleeping in these pods are the ones from Earth. Your kind are not descendants of Earth. Rather, you're a byproduct of the Regaia project. Who are you calling a byproduct? Your kind are a new subspecies of human that appeared within the ecosystem that the Sea's Light created. A new subspecies of human? So you mean we're not originally from Lost Gaia? Exactly. But even among us, opinions are divided on whether we should treat you as humans or not. After studying your genetic makeup, we found that it was 99.9999998% identical to that of the humans from Lost Gaia. So although you may be a new subspecies, you were certainly born out of the Earth's astrum cell. Speaking from a biological point of view, that is, we decided to classify you differently due to your separate origins. We called the original humans from Lost Gaia Cains, and you new humans Abels. That's right, I do hear you calling us Abels sometimes. Interesting that you chose Cain and Abel from the Old Testament, Adam and Eve's first children after they were banished from heaven. The Orbital Cradle is also known as the Cain Cradle. Several other facilities like this one exist holding Cains in hibernation. This isn't the only cradle. We intended to wake them up once Regaia was created. So inside these containers there are... Yes, the people from my time are still sleeping in there. My mom, my dad, all of my friends and fellow researchers. So Aria is different from us. That's right. Aria is a human with different origins from yours. She is a Cain. But as you said, biologically, we're almost identical, so it doesn't change anything, does it? It wouldn't, if the Regaia program was going to plan. But now that Quietus has brought our plan to a halt, that puts Aria in an extremely delicate position. Because she is the one and only Cain who is in a wakeful state right now. More importantly though, guys, didn't you say you found a way to resolve Quietus? If you have, then that changes the situation drastically. Now would be a good time to share that with us. That's right, if we find a way to end Quietus for good, then everyone in here can live on Regaia too, right? Yes. There's somewhere I'd like to take you so I can explain that. The results from all the research on Lost Gaia are compiled in a room above us. I will explain my plan to you there. Alright.
This place has a solemn mood. It's not too different from the temple, actually.
That's not how I expected her to sound. This is a proper dungeon. In that case, I think I'll end here for today and continue an episode of Just Dungeoning next time. Have a good day, everybody.